Hey all, today we're going to take a Dollar Tree clipboard and we're going to turn it into a customized gift. I'm going to actually make this gift for my sister, so I hope she's not watching this before I get out to California to give it to her. But what you're going to want to do is take the sticker off, and I use my heat tool to loosen the stickiness of it and remove the sticker without leaving any residue. But if you do leave residue, just use some rubbing alcohol to clean it up. I also put painter's tape around the top of the clipboard, and that way I can go crazy with the paint and I don't have to worry about being very neat. Now the next thing we're going to do is pick our color. I picked Dusk by Waverly. I think it's a beautiful color and it's going to go really good with the image that I'm going to put on the front, and I'll show you in a second. So I'm going to end up needing 2 coats of this. So I'm going to start on the back side, and once I get the first coat on, I'm going to dry it, and I use my heat tool to dry it. Then I'll turn it over and I'll do 1 coat on the front side. And once I do the coats on both front and back, it's going to require 2 coats. So you want to make sure it looks really smooth and you don't have any streaking and don't see any of the board behind it. So there's 1 coat. We'll turn it over. It's all dry on the back, so now we can go with that. And you might have extra parchment paper to paint on, so that way you're not, putting paint on the other side once you have it dry. So you can just kind of remove it and just keep your parchment paper clean. That's a little tip I can suggest. So there's a second coat on here, and touching up any spots that you might miss. Look real close because it's easy to do. So once we get our 2 coats on here and everything's dry, it's going to be time to embellish it. Now there's many things that you can use to embellish. I'm using an iron-on transfer that I got from Temu. They're still pretty reasonable priced, even though the prices have gone up, but they're still pretty reasonable. Now if you have never done an iron-on transfer, make sure your paint is very dry, because sometimes but an iron-on is easier than a rub-on. A rub-on transfer, a lot of times you'll pull the paint back up if you don't at least wait 24 hours for the paint to dry. But an iron-on is a little more forgiving, but you still want to make sure that paint's dry. And you get your iron on the highest setting, and you're going to rub it around. Just don't keep it in one spot, because then the paint for sure will start to bubble. But just iron around, pressing down while you're doing it. And when you start to see that the color has changed and it's transferred over, you want to rub it down with a rubbing tool and cool it off before you peel it. So that's basically it. Now I'm taking off the tape from the clip part of the clipboard. I'm enhancing it with some little corner pieces. Those I also got at Temu, but you can get them on Amazon, and I think Hobby Lobby and Michael's even have them. So I'm just putting that, and you can, just make it your for whoever you're making it for. My sister loves butterflies, and so this is what I'm making for her. You could put buttons, whatever you put down on the corners, though. If you decorate the corners or on the board, make sure that it's not going to interfere with if somebody actually uses it as a clipboard instead of just clipping notes on it. And you want to use a really good glue. I don't like using hot glue for these things because so I'm using Gorilla Glue, because hot glue can tend to not be everlasting, so you want to use a really good glue. And those little clamps I got at Dollar Tree, so they have a couple different sizes. And I'm putting some Rub and Buff on the silver of the clipboard because it's a little bright for this project. And those clamps, again, are a good thing to have in your craft room for holding things down, and then you don't need to worry about having an instant hold with the Gorilla Glue. With the hot glue. Now I have some rhinestones from Totally Dazzled, sorry. So I have some rhinestones. So what I'm doing is putting some glue down on the paper, and those rhinestones are really thin and little. So I'm just going to enhance part of the butterfly with the rhinestones. And I'm just picking out some colors that will go well with the butterfly. So I have like a pink, and I have a teal, and I have a kind of a rosy, darker pink, a rosy color. So once we get those on there, then they'll just dry, and then our project is pretty done. I do put a couple enamel butterflies that I have up on the clipboard, but otherwise it's a done project. So as you can see, you can do this for a teacher, a librarian, medical offices, nurses, coaches. You can make it masculine, you can make it feminine. You could use a napkin on it, decoupage a napkin on it, or any other rice paper you might have. The endless possibilities. You can make it sport for a sports team, for coaches, lots of fun. So I hope this inspired you to, think out of the box. It's a great gift idea if you're thinking of gifts to make for teachers or other people, friends, neighbors, or yourself. I wouldn't mind having this myself. What about you? So here's the final project. I love it. I hope that this inspires you to try something. Let me know in the comments if it's something you've tried or you're going to try. Take care.